February 20th, 2026. Hive versus Rose, 40,000 viewers in the advertising demographic, 18 to 49, and 130,000 viewers on TNT. 130,000 viewers.
Angel Reese's highly anticipated return to Unrivaled on Friday, February 20th, 2026, attracted just 130,000 viewers. That's a worrying figure for anyone connected to the league, especially considering that just 3 weeks earlier, a seemingly random Friday night matchup between the Hive and Breeze drew 150,000 viewers. Even with all the hype, Angel Reese's comeback couldn't outperform a game that had almost no promotion.
Lunar Owls, the same 18 to 49 demographic, the same 40,000 viewers. So we didn't even improve on the advertising side of things. And the worst part of all of this is that a random Friday game, February 6th, I believe this is not the Philadelphia game, a random Hive versus Breeze, 40,000 viewers in the 18.
Let's break down exactly what happened. The Hive versus Rose matchup on February 20th drew 40,000 viewers in the key 18 to 49 advertising demo the number sponsors actually care about. Total viewership hit 130,000. Now, compare that to the Rose versus Lunar Owls game before Angel Reese's return. Same 40,000 in the demo, meaning the advertising numbers didn't move at all. Here's where it gets awkward. Nfisa Collier and the Unrivaled ownership group reportedly spent big to bring Angel Reese back early from her wrist injury. They negotiated, made concessions, and hyped her comeback across social media. Yet, the ratings actually dropped compared to regular season games.
A Sunday, the 22nd, played again, and I was looking at February 22nd's ratings. Oh, well, what did they do? What did the second game do? Sunday, right? Sunday, no NFL. What did that game do? Well, would you believe me if they said, you know what, we're just going to keep these numbers to ourselves? TV ratings guy said, you know what, we're just going to keep these metrics to ourselves. We're not even going to put this out. We're going to keep this one to ourselves. In case you guys missed any of it,
the TV ratings analyst who tracks these numbers closely posted the data for Angel Reese's return game. But something curious happened with her second game on February 22nd. Those numbers were never released. The analyst even noted they were keeping the metrics private. When ratings suddenly go under wraps, it's usually not a good sign. This poses a serious challenge for Unrivaled's business model. The league launched with the promise of showcasing WNBA stars in a premium format, paying players six-figure salaries for just a few weeks of 3-on-3 basketball. HBO Max is streaming the games, and the entire operation depends on viewership growth to justify the investment.
Back to work against Thomas.
Oh, damn! She said, "Yeah, I ain't getting it up on over Alyssa Thomas. Let me just kick it out." And now this is the funny part of all that. After Angel Reese misses 2 point-blank layups, here comes Copper hitting a tough layup. We got a whoop, bloopy. Look, dude, Alyssa Thomas didn't even play defense on this. She didn't even put up her hands. She lets Angel Reese catch it, doesn't even put up her hands. Brick. Another board. Well, after the double dribble, Alyssa Thomas underlays her again. She says, yeah, I'm done with this. And here comes Copper. Tough layup. Bang.
Now watch this sequence closely. Angel Reese gets the ball under the basket, point-blank range, and misses. She grabs her own rebound, misses again. Another offensive board. She kicks it out to Alyssa Thomas, who doesn't even attempt a shot. The possession ends with Kalia Copper hitting a contested layup, while Angel's defender barely even contests. This isn't just about missed shots. These are fundamental basketball skills that should be automatic at the professional level. Angel played 4 years at LSU. She's been in the WNBA, and now she's getting six-figure paychecks in Unrivaled, yet she's still struggling with basic finishing around the rim. We saw double dribbles that went uncalled, third-grade level ball handling, and multiple offensive rebounds off her own missed layups, all in a single possession. Fans insist they know basketball, yet they call this dominance just because she grabbed rebounds. Those aren't hustle plays, they're desperation rebounds from shots she should have made.
Again, a Caitlin Clark return would do massive not only her games, but the league in general would improve in ratings. Angel Reese's comeback, her game doesn't do good, and the league still stays pedestrian as far as the ratings are concerned. You think HBO had some new signups because... Stop. Shout out to Joey Gladstone. Cut it out. No. HBO Max didn't have any...
Here's the key question Unrivaled executives need to be asking. If Angel Reese can't move the needle, who can? They've got Brianna Stewart, Nafisa Collier, and Sabrina legitimate stars, with proven track records. The league is well-structured, production quality is solid, yet viewership remains stuck in the low six figures. Now imagine if Caitlin Clark had joined Unrivaled. Her games would easily pull 700,000 viewers or more, and the ripple effect would lift the entire league. Other matchups could suddenly hit 200,000 plus viewers, as casual fans tune in just to check out the league format. That's what a true needle mover does. A rising tide lifts all boats, and Caitlin Clark is that tide.
Angel, this has to stop now. Your game should be up to par by now. That's true. Who's training? Who's training her, man? Like, who's just not correcting some basic fundamental issues? Who? Shout out to the New Day. Then Copper flies in, heavily defended, and sinks the shot. This is how she gets them rebounds. Crazy thing.
The comment about Angel's training actually raises a valid point. Ho is working with her on these fundamental skills. She's had access to elite coaching her entire career, LSU's resources, the Chicago Sky's professional development staff, private trainers she can afford. Yet, the same issues that haunted her in college are still showing up in professional 3-on-3 basketball. The announcer's reaction says it all. Angel misses, grabs her own rebound that's not praise. It's barely disguised criticism wrapped in play-by-play commentary. When commentators highlight that your rebounds come from your own missed shots, it's not a good look. Meanwhile, Kalia Copper flies in, heavily defended, and sinks a difficult layup in the same sequence, where Angel misses 2 point-blank attempts. The contrast in skill is stark. Copper is playing professional basketball. Angel, she's tipping the ball around under the basket like volleyball, leaving someone else to bail out the possession.
Swings it to Gray. Young matched up. Reese's fed. Missed it. Grabs her own miss.
Missed it. Grabs her own miss. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Unrivaled's disastrous. Unrivaled, it's a tough watch. I watched that Friday. I was one of those 130,000 suckers who tuned in. And I haven't watched a second since.
HBO Max didn't see a subscription spike from Angel's return. The social media buzz barely matched the pre-game hype. The February 20th game came and went without making any cultural impact. Unrivaled needed this to succeed. They invested real money to bring Angel back early, promoted her return as a marquee event, and the market responded with a collective shrug. Now the league faces a tough dilemma. They can't admit the Angel Reese experiment failed, because that would undermine their entire marketing strategy. But they also can't ignore the reality. Her presence didn't move the ratings. Meanwhile, the one player who could truly transform Unrivaled's viewership is at home, recovering from her injury and showing no interest in 3-on-3 basketball.
Simon, as always, take it easy.
Here's what this situation really reveals about women's basketball media coverage. Angel Reese has been portrayed by some outlets as a co-equal star to Caitlin Clark, with the narrative that fans tune in for multiple players, not just one. Angel herself has said people watch because of her too. The Unrivaled ratings, however, prove that narrative false. Remove Caitlin Clark from the equation and put Angel in a featured role, the viewership doesn't move. Her February 20th return drew 130,000 viewers, roughly what Unrivaled already pulls for regular games. She didn't bring in new eyes. She didn't create appointment viewing. She didn't generate buzz that translates to ratings growth. This matters because the entire WNBA business model relies on accurate assumptions about who drives interest. If leagues and sponsors believe multiple stars equally drive viewership, they risk making poor investments. Look at the real data. The Fever's attendance with Caitlin Clark versus without her. Indiana's viewership, when she plays versus when she doesn't. and now Unrivaled ratings with Angel versus Standard Games. The story is clear. Nfisa Collier invested money to bring Angel back early, negotiated her return, and it didn't work. That's not a personal critique, it's objective reality based on Nielsen ratings. Compared to Caitlin Clark, if she had joined Unrivaled, we'd be talking 700,000 plus viewers per game. Advertising demographics would explode. HBO Max subscriptions would see real growth. Other games would benefit from the halo effect, and sponsors would be lining up. That's the difference between someone who generates genuine interest and someone who gets media coverage but doesn't translate that into viewership. For the WNBA's upcoming season, this is critical. The league is expanding, negotiating media deals, and convincing sponsors that women's basketball is a growth market. All of that depends on accurate information about who drives ratings. If executives assume Angel Reese is a major draw, they're likely in for disappointment. The Chicago Sky may market her as a franchise cornerstone, which works locally, but expecting her to drive national ratings like Caitlin Clark? That's unrealistic. The Unrivaled experiment proved this. Watch the game footage. Angel misses point-blank layups, grabs her own rebounds, announcers barely hide criticism, and Kalia Copper finishes professionally in the same sequence. That's not one bad game, it's a pattern. Rebounds look impressive until you see how many come from her own missed shots. Social media fans celebrated her double-double, while analysts noted the inefficiency. Casual viewers tuned out. The 130,000 viewers on February 20th represent the floor for Unrivaled viewership, not the ceiling. The league's business model depends on growth. Players are paid six-figure salaries for a few weeks. HBO Max is streaming. Production and marketing are top tier. None of it matters if viewership stays flat, and Angel Reese's return proves she can't grow the audience. Contrast that with Caitlin Clark, and the difference is obvious. Angel, Aya Wilson, Brianna Stewart, they're all legitimate stars, but none move the cultural needle the way Caitlin does. This is an opinion. It's measurable television ratings, attendance, social engagement. So what's next for Unrivaled? They have the rest of the season to figure out growth, without the one player who can truly transform their numbers. Caitlin is focused on recovery and preparing for the WNBA season, which is smart for her career, but bad news for Unrivaled. The league will continue, production quality will remain high, but viewership will likely stay in the low six figures, potentially unsustainable long-term. Every time someone suggests Angel Reese can carry a league or drive ratings, remember February 20th, 2026, the day that narrative died. Will media and executives acknowledge it, or keep pushing a story that doesn't match the data? Fact, Caitlin Clark drives interest. Angel Reese gets coverage, but doesn't convert it to viewership. Unrivaled ratings prove it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Did Unrivaled make a mistake investing in Angel Reese's early return? Would Caitlin Clark have transformed viewership? And what does this mean for how the WNBA approaches marketing and media deals going forward? Hit like if you appreciate this honest analysis, and subscribe. We'll be following this story as the WNBA season approaches.